All right, what's going on, everybody? This video is going to be talking about the HK CC9 and some issues that I had, and basically kind of a guide for dealing with HK's customer service, which I had overall, to make a long story short, I had a good experience. They fixed the gun, no issues after that. But just goes to show you that even a company like HK can have issues, and you need to vet your stuff before you actually plan on using it to defend your life, right? So, I bought the gun. I think it was like $725, $720 something after shipping and tax and FFL fee and all that stuff. So not a bad price, right? Things I liked about the gun: the 12-round mag. I have giant hands, and even with the 12-round extended mag, my hand hangs over the bottom. But what I really liked about it was the extra length of pull that you get from the large backstrap. Because for me, with a lot of other micro 9s, that was my biggest hangup, was that front to back grip wasn't long enough. The length of pull just wasn't there, right? And then the triggers always broke like super far back, and so my big old finger was curled way through the trigger guard, and I just couldn't shoot them well. This gun, I mean, that trigger breaks right at the front there. There's not a lot of over travel. It's a pretty decent wall. But so what happened after I got the gun? I took it to a buddy's range. I had a single shot HK CC9. You can see in the other video that I would shoot the gun would cycle, the spent casing would eject, and it would just fail to chamber the next round all the way. I thought it was me. I thought I was doing something wrong. I shot it with one hand. I shot it with two hands. I had my wife shoot it. I had two friends shoot it. We put 500 rounds through the gun the first day of about 6 different kinds of ammo. I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but I did my due diligence before realizing that something might have been wrong with the gun. I took the gun apart. I relubricated it, made sure that it wasn't anything I was doing. And then I was like, all right, well, the gun's not working. Let's reach out to HK. So I took it to work the next day, and I was like, just for giggles, I'm going to have a coworker shoot it. So I loaded the gun, gave it to him, told him to put as many rounds through it as he wanted. While he was out on the range, 3 other people shot it. So as of right now, or at least back then before I sent them the gun, right, about 9 different people, maybe 8 different people had their hands on it. Me, my wife, 2 friends, coworker, and then 3 other coworkers. So 8 people have shot the gun, and they were all having the same issue. So I was like, all right, cool. It's not me. It's officially the gun. It's not the ammo. So I got on my email, sent HK an email address, can't talk. I got on my email account, sent HK an email, and then about 2 hours later, I had a phone call from one of their customer service reps from Georgia. And the initial interview went a little bit kind of like, what did you do to the gun to make it not work? We've never heard of these problems, etc., etc. And then I sent him the video. And after I got the video, I had mentioned, what I did for work. And the head law enforcement sales manager, Jason Witten, called me. And he asked what was going on with the gun. I told him. I sent him the video on his cell phone, and kind of showed him exactly what was happening. And he was like, well, that's really concerning. If the regular customer service side doesn't take care of you, then shoot me another email. So I went through the normal customer service channels. They sent me an RMA, and then I sent the gun back to them, and it was gone about a week. When the gun came back, I was never notified that it was on its way back, which is fine. I'm not upset about it. I just missed a FedEx box and had to look up the tracking number and realized, it's coming from Columbus, Georgia, so it's probably the gun. Went and picked it up. And it was like, oh yes, it is the gun. And then I got another phone call from the HK sales rep, like the next, or not the sales rep, the customer service rep the next day. And he told me what they had replaced. He told me that essentially this whole, the slide itself was out of spec, and that the extractor was out of spec. So 2 parts out of spec combined, right? Tolerance stacking, that kind of thing, made for not a fun shooting experience. So fast forward to today, I've had it back for about a month now, and I've put in that month probably about 1,000 rounds through the gun when I could on my spare time. And let me tell you, they fixed whatever problem was going on, because it ate everything that I put in it, and I'm in love with this gun. This is coming from a guy that I always believed that you should carry a gun that you could fight with, i.e. a full-size gun, or at minimum a compact size gun. And I was so pleased with how this gun shot that for shiggles, I put it through our standard duty gun qual, which goes from 0 to 25 yards. And I only had 6 rounds outside of a little box that we have in the center of the target. And there's 3 timed reloads in there. It's nothing crazy, but it was enough of a test for me to see how well the gun shot. As far as follow-up shots, there's a couple, there's a long 9-shot string in there, and then there's another long 8-shot string with reloads in between. And the fact that I was able to get off those long strings to reload these, admittedly, a little piddly magazine, right? And get back on target and follow up with shots. And even at 25 yards, it shot really, really well. I am now kind of a believer in the CC9. Whatever Space Magic HK worked up, they did a great job. And I really like the gun. So just goes to show you, it doesn't matter what company it is. Any company is capable of producing a lemon, right? Even HK. I love their guns. Their VP9A1 is another gun that I'm probably going to do a video on, just because not enough people know about it. But would I recommend the CC9? Absolutely. Even with the problems I had, HK stood by me, and it didn't cost me a dime to get it fixed. They even replaced the entire slide. In my belief, when I got the gun back, I couldn't see any wear marks anywhere on the gun. So I don't know what they replaced. They said that they replaced the whole entire slide. I believe that. The gun shoots, and it shoots great. So if you're looking for a Micro 9 that shoots more like a compact gun, it doesn't shoot like a full-size gun, but it shoots like a compact, which is a compliment. Coming from somebody that does not like Micro 9s. Highly recommend the Tenacore Velo 5 holster for this gun. I've worn the gun, an extra mag, and a fixed blade, and it just disappears, almost like I'm not concealing anything. So I really, really like it. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments, and I'll answer them when I can.